exists everywhere throughout the universe. This is Illuminati Light, and I'm your host, Brother Majesty Martinez. This episode right here is going to be about the adventures of Robin Hood and Freemasonry and the adventures of Robin Hood. So it's kind of dope because this episode is showing you that Freemasonry has been involved in pop culture for a long time, whether that's music, whether that's movies, whether that's novels, so on and so forth. So, in this episode, we're going to deal with Freemasonry and the adventures of Robin Hood. Now, Robin Hood is a classic character in American pop culture as well as in English pop culture. So, what I'm going to show you now in this episode is Freemasonry expressed through an episode of The Adventures of Robin Hood in the 1950s. So The Adventures of Robin Hood is obviously, like I said, important in pop culture, but there was a certain series of the Robin Hood legend promoted in England and in America in the 1950s. The Adventures of Robin Hood was a show that was published in England in the 1950s, and it reached America in the 1950s. When it came out in England, it was the year 1955. Later on, it was aired in America on the CBS channel. For anybody who's in America, you'll be familiar with CBS. All right, so before I get into this, what I'm going to show you is from season 3 of The Adventures of Robin Hood. Season 3, episode 10, which is called The Mark. The Mark. M-A-R-K. The Mark. All right, so anyway, just to give you a general background, synopsis of The Adventures of Robin Hood. In the legend of Robin Hood, the whole story of Robin Hood takes place in the 1100s AD. And in the legend of Robin Hood is a man who is an outlaw, but he has a heart of gold. He's an outlaw, meaning that he's against the law of the land. He robs, he steals in order to help the poor, those who are in distress. And that's kind of important to note when you see what's posted in this episode. Robin Hood is initiated as a Freemason by a character named Brother Walter, who's a master mason in this legend. So in the legend of Robin Hood is initiated as a Freemason. That's what winds up happening. So in the legend of Robin Hood is, like I said, he's an outlaw in England who steals from the rich and gives to the poor. That's what he does, pretty much. So that's the gist of it as far as Robin Hood. So now when you watch this particular scene here, just know that those who made this episode of Robin Hood, they were very accurate as far as Freemasonry and its symbolism. They didn't unlawfully reveal the secrets of Freemasonry, because what you see in this clip from, Robin Hood, the adventures of Robin Hood, is not 100% accurate, but it's accurate to a large degree. So when you see it, don't think that, oh, I could use this knowledge that I see in this clip of an episode from the adventures of Robin Hood and try to pass myself off as a Mason, because it's not like that. But it's very accurate. Every Freemason will notice and recognize Freemasonry in this clip without a question. So again, in the adventures of Robin Hood, Robin Hood becomes a Freemason. He does. And when the legend of Robin Hood, which again, I stated it takes place in about the 1100s AD, Freemasonry as a lodge system as we practice it today wasn't around in the 1100s AD. Freemasonry was, for sure. Don't get that wrong. But the lodge system that we practice today began in the 1400s AD in Scotland with William St. Clair, a nobleman, a noble Scottishman who organized the Order of Ancient Free and Accepted Masons to preserve the ancient mysteries in general and the ancient Egyptian mysteries in particular. That's how the Order of Ancient Free and Accepted Masons started up. But Freemasonry as a philosophy is very ancient, and certainly it started off with the stonemasons of ancient times, and it was passed on in that way. And I can explain to everybody, as we progress in the channel, as to how the ancient stonemasons and their craft fell off, in a sense of, modern stonemasons today, in general, no longer possessing the secrets of Freemasonry. So anyway, with that, I hope y'all enjoy. In the next episode, I'm going to deal with, Freemasonry more in pop culture, meaning in films, music, so on and so forth. So with that, I love y'all. Hope y'all enjoy this. Leave your comments in the comment section. For all of those who are new, subscribe to the channel. Press the ring bell button so that you can be made aware of all new episodes. And with that, we're going to travel. Peace, love, light.
Your friend is very strong. A good thing to be when you're a Mason.
Could you make a Mason out of Little John?
Oh, it isn't easy to be a Mason. A Mason must be able to work with all different kinds of stone, be able to design buildings and draw up plans.
Can you do all that?
Oh, no, I'm only an apprentice. But I've learned a great deal since I went to work with Walter 2 years ago. In another 5 years, I hope to be a master Mason myself.
7 years. I didn't know it took that long.
Oh, there's a lot to learn. And to begin with, there's the 7 sciences. Grammar, logic, rhetoric, music, astronomy, geometry, and arithmetic.
Is that all?
No, there's also the discipline. An apprentice must be faithful to the church, the state, and the master under whom he works. He must be honest and truthful, and faithful in the secrets of the craft, the signs and symbols that only Masons know.
Is this one of your secret signs?
Oh, no. That's Master Walter's mark. All Master Masons leave a sign on their work. It identifies it.
Ah. Speaking of Master Walter, here comes Friar Tuck.
At least a week. Exactly. Robin, you must go to Wickham at once. Here, take this ring. It's got my mark on it. When they see that, they're bound to give you all the help they can.
If they'll do that, Derwent and I will handle the blaze.
Also, I'll make you a speculative mason.
A speculative mason?
Yes. Many eminent men from architecture and art study with us. And as we don't want to give away our trade secrets to outsiders, we make them masons. Masons of the mind. We call them speculative masons. Robin, come with me. This won't take long. It's quite a simple procedure. Just follow what I do. First, put your foot to mine. Your knee to mine. Your hand to mine. Your hand upon my back. There's marrow in these bones. Now you can freely enter any Mason's lodge. Welcome, brother. Now we can rejoin the others.
Thank you.